say, hey man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the MBL Network. Holla.
Yes, it is true. We are live. It is MBL Live broadcast 330. What did we say? Is it 3? Did we confirm it's 3? 2. 332, 333, somewhere around there. Bomber will correct me.
33.
There we go, 333. Yeah. The MBL Network. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Normally, I'm really excited to go live with these things, and I always am, and appreciate everybody in the chat. We got drops that are live. Big shout out to Gabby and Craylo and everybody over at EA for some drops these last couple weeks on various streams while everybody is self-isolating. But normally I'm excited. Right now I'm just staring at my drop frames and really praying that the internet gods are nice to me tonight. I'm Nick Mazesco, your MBL Network Director. Joining me as always, the Commissioner of the MBL, it is Bomber. Bomber, are you prepped to load up that XSplit in case things go rocky?
I can already tell that you're out of your element here because you're trying to get so many words out because you just never know when the disconnect is coming.
Absolutely.
It could be right around the corner.
Complete total fact there. Can confirm. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Let us know how it sounds. We've had a lot of updates to our software, so let me know how Bomber sounds, how I sound, the balance between the two. Appreciate you guys hanging out. This is our first game. We're in week 12, so Bomber, we're really getting down to the nitty-gritty here in the MBL. These games, always important, but when you get down to it, you start staring at the playoff standings, and one of these teams has a chance to be in the playoffs. Yeah,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sitting at 6-4 on the season, MBL season 45, and they're looking for that final wild card spot. They know the 11-0 Carolina Panthers have put the division out of reach, but Tampa has a history of kind of sneaking into the playoffs there in those 5th and 6th seeds. That was a dangerous throw there on the left side from Andrew Luck. They're going to have to punt it here to start this game as Philly trying to play a little bit of a spoiler here. This is a team that hasn't shown much this season. Definitely an aging group of guys they have on this ball club, sitting at 2-8 on the season. Maybe Philly can play a little spoiler, and this is a must-win for Tampa. So if Philly can get this dub right here, it definitely could change the playoff outlook for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Yep, drops are live for as long as we are live, which will be until about after 10 o'clock Eastern time, somewhere around there. Also, we do have giveaways to do tonight. I know the people in the chat are going to be pumped for this one, Bomber. We got Madden 20 codes.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. So if you don't have Madden 20 at this point, you can get a free one here. We got some. Oh, that's well. That's a big man touchdown. You know I love me a big boy touchdown right there. Scoop, score, as Nichols into the end zone, and welcome to part of the problem with the Philadelphia Eagles, Bomber. This was a team that coming out of the box, they had a good offensive line, but an aging offensive line, and Flair went with the interesting strategy instead of maybe moving them later in their career, maybe trying to get some pieces to get some draft picks, maybe drafting some offensive line. And he's gone, no, I'm going to let them all retire and make my offensive line go to, well, it's basically me out there at this point.
Absolutely. Really held on to a lot of these older players, as that's Perry Nichols, who had the scoop and score number 90 out of Indiana State, the 25-year-old, 74 overall. A lot of speed, though, 85 speed for the 241-pound frame, playing a little rush DN there for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But, yeah, I've heard a lot of news about Carson Wentz this season, especially as of late. Carson has been putting together one of his better seasons here in MBL season 45. He's got his second highest QBR right now with a 112.7, but that's the best he's had in the last 4 seasons. So when you look at Carson Wentz, he's been playing well, but right there, just held onto the ball, hit the blind spot. Just, you got to control the ball here, and you can't turn the ball over.
Nice pass over the middle. That's a first down to the 48-yard line. Shout out to Nemo with the 26 months. Aunt Bruno, what's going on? Good to see everybody out there. Brad saying, with Fletcher Cox gone, no one on the Eagles defense had more than 5 sacks. I think we talked about this on the last MBL Live, Bomber. Fletcher Cox was a guy, leader of this defense. They end up trading him, okay? And I go, all right, you want to get rid of an aging defender? It's probably waited a little too long to get some great value. Shout out to Under Oath with the 19 months. But then they go out and they sign Chris Jones, another older defender, and he has been not the Fletcher Cox replacement they were hoping for.
Yeah,
And they paid him a lot of money, by the way.
And they're just trying to kind of just fill these holes that they have created, kind of self-created. You'd think if you're going to get rid of a guy like Fletcher Cox, defensive tackle, sitting 93, 94 overall, you're going to have somebody in the draft that you're looking at replacing him with. Instead, they go to free agency and they sign him. Yeah, he's making $13.6 million this season. And you know how many sacks he has this year for the Philadelphia Eagles? Just
10?
2.
Oh.
Just 2.
So it wasn't 10. You're sure on that? It's not 2-0-20.
No, just 2.
Wow.
Very similar to Rasheem Green, what he's doing for the Detroit Lions. He got a big-time contract extension. They gave up a first-round pick, the 9th overall, and then they gave up their first-round pick in this upcoming draft, NBL Season 46. And the Detroit Lions have got 3 sacks out of Rasheem Green, who was supposed to be their superstar X-Factor edge rusher. It just has not came to fruition there for both of these players.
Well, it makes me feel better about my trade for Jalen Holloman. As Vodka 101 Proof, what's going on? Be the Great 713, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Yes, we do have Madden 20 codes. If you don't have Madden 20, thanks for watching Madden in March, and we can give you a free copy. So, neato. Free. Hey, listen, free samples are free samples, and when it's a game that's $60, why not? They're down to 9 for Wentz, and the Eagles 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. SG Dirty Bert, what's going on, man? 1 to each side. Watch for Zach Ertz on this play. They love looking for him on that corner. It throws it over the middle into double coverage. He's lucky it's not going the other way. Philly be a 54-yard field goal. Don't know what the win situation is, but looks like they're going to go for it. Ah, Jamie did the training in field goal block.
Gov used to do that. And
I
then
used to do that in Madden
he'd always
17.
do safe. What is the position groups for field goal block?
D-line, D-back, and he's going to get it blocked.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
he
he did
missed it. He missed it. And the kick is up is good. So Jamie did all that training, got that boosted field goal block, and then completely whiffed on the opportunity.
Yeah, here's the deal with the first drive there from the Philadelphia Eagles. You look at Carson Wentz's throws, a lot of tight windows, a lot of guys around in the vicinity, and it even goes into the field goal. The field goal was a tight window to kick, so nothing coming easy for the 2-8 Philadelphia Eagles, even though they are at home here in some Week 12 action here in NBL Season 45.
DC Sports guy saying DTs don't usually get big sack totals. Fletcher Cox did, in case you were wondering. Fletcher Cox did. He was consistently, Bob, what would you say, top 6 in sacks? He was a 16-plus sack guy.
Yeah, and I completely agree. D tackles are going to eat a lot of blocks. They're going to open it up for those edge guys. We saw it with our Building the Franchise Green Bay Packers. When we had Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary was able to eat, and now Kenny Clark being shopped to Kansas City, you're not seeing those double teams. But Chris Jones has a history in the NBL. He's got 4 seasons with 15 sacks, 8 sacks, 12 sacks, 9 sacks. So this is a sack-getting defensive tackle. He can give you double-digit sacks or somewhere close to this season, looking to put out one of his worst outputs here in Madden 20.
Our man from the Bleacher Report, Brad, in the chat saying, expect the Bucs to move the ball with ease. The Eagles' defense is last in the NBL in yards allowed at 348 per game. Bomber, 348 yards given up per game. Well, safe to say that's not good.
No, not at all. Not really much you can elaborate there. Just not a good stat. But how about these Tampa Bay Buccaneers? What do you think about this team so far? A lot of talent on the defensive side of the ball, but offensively, they got Rojo in the backfield. He's an X factor, and this guy was a touchdown machine just a couple seasons ago. If he can stay healthy, he can really be that guy that pushes this team not just into the playoffs, but maybe have the Tampa go on a little bit of a playoff run.
Nice juke move there to pick up the first down. So far, this is pretty typical of the Bucs offense, Bomber. They don't stretch the field. It's a lot of running with Rojo, and there are multiple backs that they have. They have Marlon Mack, they have Ronald Jones, and then it's underneath passing. They're trying to soften up this defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you get the running game going, Andrew Luck's able to use that into the play action, and he can get guys rocking and rolling deep down the field. Nice little spin there for Rojo, able to get a yard out of really what was nothing there. Great job by the Philadelphia Eagles. Front line kind of mucking up that offensive line, just creating no holes for Ronald Jones.
Baja Tyler, 46. When the Madden code's dropping, we'll put a couple in chat in the next 5 minutes or so. 2nd and 9. We have, let me see, 3 Xbox and 3 PS4 codes. We'll drop those in chat. We'll also put some on the screen in an order. I haven't decided yet. Drops are live. 3rd and 4. Dropping back, looking left side. He's got a man open underneath for the first down. Like, I don't know what defense did Ric Flair just call where that drag route. Hey, that cover two was no bueno. Did he play over the top coverage on that?
It definitely looked like some type of drop coverage there in zone. And Andrew Luck just able to keep his eyes down the field and hold those secondary players in that zone and just push them back as he just goes underneath for an easy layup. That is not the defense you want to be in if you're Philly, because you're really relying not just on a rally down. You're coming from deep down the field trying to make a play on just what was a little easy couple-yard pitch and catch for Andrew Luck.
It had to have been over-the-top coverage because that hard flat on the left side stuck with the defender all the way down the field. Deep shot, looking to the end zone. Good swat there from Ric Flair. Able to bat that one away. Looked like he might have had a step in the end zone coming all the way across, but good defense down the field. Just brings up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, here we go. They're trying to take a shot early, but it looks like Darby able to get his hand on it. The Philadelphia Eagles, surprisingly, they are a pretty good secondary so far this season. They've been able to make some plays deep down the field, even though it doesn't show as far as yards goes. They're giving up a lot of yards, but they have had some pretty interesting highlights throughout this season. That gives you a little bit of hope if you're an Eagles fan.
3rd down and 3 upcoming off another drag route. Bomber, we're going to have to change Jamie's name to Jamie the Flat Killer. It's been all drag routes and one bomb.
And then maybe that was a setup. It was a lot of those drags, and he decides to take a shot over the top, but Philly looks like they've been waiting for it. Playing a lot of bend-don't-break defense here for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I think he's looking for that in route.
No, he's going to the corner with the halfback.
Oh, what a catch. Flair's got to be looking at his defense going, really, guys? You couldn't stick with a halfback? You were right there. Why didn't you make a play? That's why you got to click on, bud. Got to click on and make that play. Bucks are now a team I'm rooting for. Only Jamie would be breaking out that gun monster. You know Ric Flair doesn't know how to base a line, so this is the handoff. And 9 yards. How hard do you think Ric Flair was hammering buttons trying to find base a line?
Yeah, definitely right there. And that's a new addition here added to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. He said he wanted to come in. Was that monster formation?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he wanted to add that little wrinkle here for NBL Live Broadcast 233.
2nd and 1. 4-man front for the Eagles from the 5-yard line. A little stretch run, trying to get to the edge. He'll have the first down. A little juke move down to the 1-yard line. That's Marlon Mack with the carry, the former Indianapolis Colt, to the 1-yard line. Rusta Busta, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. It's NBL Live Broadcast 333. We do have drops live until the end of the broadcast. We'll be with you till about 10 o'clock Eastern time. We do have some giveaways to do of some PS4 and Xbox codes. We'll be putting those on the screen in just a second. As Andrew Luck didn't get in, man, I'm telling you, I don't know why anyone bothers running a quarterback sneak in this game.
We saw a touchdown on it the last time we were here, but it really is hit or miss at this point. And even running the ball there off the guard, Marlon Mack really nowhere to go, and they're going to go no huddle again. Nick, do you like this strategy?
I like it, but if I'm Flair, it's run commit all day. Run commit and get in there. Handoff, stuffed, can't get there.
Wow, Jamie.
Hey, Bomber, listen. Running's hard inside the red zone. Defenses are playing well. And no disrespect to Flair, as I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a fake, but I think he's actually kicking it because he did the half kick. It's up a good 10-3. But that was not the best run stick I've ever seen.
Yeah, a couple times kind of just ran into his own lineman. If he just let off the turbo a little bit, had a little bit more patience, he would have found that hole just slightly to the right of where he ended up. I think he could have walked into the end zone. If anything, he could have got some momentum running downhill on a step or two, and he would have fell into the end zone. Right there, that's just a missed opportunity for Tampa. You expect them to be a little bit more sharper here, especially against a 2-8 Philadelphia Eagles team. Tampa 6-4, and they're kind of trying to set the tone for their team as they're trying to get that wild card spot here in the AFC, and it's nothing but a log jam at that 6th spot.
Could be wrong. Nope, I'm not. Another part of these, I mean, listen, Carson Wentz has been great for the Eagles. He has the number 4 passing attack right now. Now, again, a lot of that's because they've been losing a lot of their games, so they have to throw the ball a lot. But one of the biggest things the Eagles are missing in this game, in this season, Bomber, The 27th overall rushing attack, as big hit in the backfield on Wentz. That was Aubrey with the sack. They cannot run the ball, so teams are able to just drop 6, 7, 8 into coverage and just go, I dare you, throw it on me. It's worked okay, but they're sitting there at 2-8.
Yeah, it's a lot of problems here with the Philadelphia Eagles. They're just not able to really have any kind of play style because they just don't have an identity. They're missing those talented players, those leaders on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, especially any type of youth. You want young guys that can come in and make plays, and right there, just
dot up the seam to Zach Ertz.
It's the SOS with them, though, and we've seen it multiple seasons. Zach Ertz has played his butt off for this franchise. He just hasn't really had any help built around him. The Eagles did draft a wide receiver. They got a little aggressive at the wide receiver position. You see Eddie Valentine, 32 catches coming into this game, 696 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's an X-Factor wide receiver, 15th overall selection in the NBL season 43 rookie draft, but I don't know if he's going to be enough. I like the kid, but 5'9", $196, he's definitely not a 1 on the depth chart.
And, I mean, you're looking at one of the, as Aubrey has his 3rd sack of the game already, you're looking at one of the other problems with Carson Wentz, which is you can have all the yards you want because you're getting stuck in these 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, because you're taking sacks on 1st down, you're locking in on one guy. There wasn't even a secondary read there.
No, not at all, and that's why you take a sack. 2nd and 17, you're digging yourself a hole, and that's just a common theme here for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I do love that play, though, on 2nd and 17. Didn't try to take it all. Looks underneath, gets back to a 3rd and 10. 3 wide receiver set, 2 to the left side, 1 over to the right side. Now it looks like he's going to bring everybody a little gun-tight slots. Watch Ertz on the right side. The X factor. They love to look for him on 3rd down, as we saw on the 3rd and long on the last set of down. Wentz looking right side. Wentz throws it into tight coverage. Lucky that's not going the other way. He's going to have to put this one away.
Yeah, who saw that? That block by number 25, the halfback
Beautiful.
for the Philadelphia Eagles, does a great job taking the legs out, and it looked like the X Factor was going to get free off the edge on the left side because he swam through multiple players there, but then he came into the halfback who just had enough sense to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and just chop you at your legs here, and he put the defensive end on his back.
They're your Xbox Madden 20 codes. 3 of them. Grab them while you can.
And that was Franklin Moore, the halfback out of Ball State, the 26-year-old, 80 overall, 94 speed, 89 excel, 74 awareness. He used every bit of his awareness on that play to subdue the pass rusher.
1st and 10, waiting, looking, throwing left side. Has a man crossing route. Money ball. Nice throw there from Andrew Luck.
Yeah, a lot of people saying, how do you stop something like that with this Tampa Bay team being so quick and so fast? Right there, just no pass rush. You have to get to the quarterback. That is just too much time against zone coverage to allow that wide receiver to come all the way across the field. Clean pocket for Andrew Luck, and that's what's going to be the result. If you can't get pressure to Andrew Luck, you're going to be in big-time trouble throughout this game.
Dropping back is Luck. Looking right side, has another man. It's another 1st down. Look at this porous Philadelphia Eagles defense, Bomber. They cannot stop a nosebleed. No,
not at all. And not surprising, though, right? This is a Philadelphia Eagles team sitting at 2-8.
I got to stop you. T-Ports has the cojones to come in chat and go, what are those codes for? It's labeled Xbox Madden 20. Bomber, your thoughts on Porter's, if he had an awareness rating in Madden, it'd be about 22.
Porter's the guy that literally will beg and scrap and claw for everything free, but he's already got Madden 20, so he 100% is not even going to waste his time. He's probably going to make some, rude remark about it as well. But he's a typical guy that if it meant anything, definitely would be looking for it and be plugging it in right now.
Out of bounds the 15-yard line. So when the chips are down, Bomber, the Philadelphia Eagles defense, in the words of the now late great Kenny Rogers, they don't know when to fold them. They're just always folding them.
Yeah, you got to run some man coverage here. How about some man blitzes? You're seeing your guys getting beat on these crossing routes deep down the field. Now short field, you can probably run some zone.
Oh, he caught it.
That's a big time
Click
play.
on Flair. Flair, hit the button, click on and intercept it. Jeez. Your guy was in great position, but you let the CPU animation happen, and well, you know, 17-3.
Yeah, Josh Hickman leads this team in receiving. You're seeing number 11, 94 speed, 95 excel out of the University of Kentucky, the Wildcat. He was drafted a few seasons ago, NBL season 42 for this wide receiver who's coming off a big game. Week 8 versus Oakland, he had 16 catches, 246 yards. This is a guy that's been struggling to even hit 100 yards receiving. He has a big-time blowout game like that. He's trying to kind of show that maybe he's putting himself on the map here on NBL Live.
Former Dallas Cowboy. Traded last season. Last season? Technically this offseason. He was in the package.
Yeah, this is his
Holland.
first year as a Buck. Yep.
And the Eagles are, I guess, happy to let this run out. We're going to hit halftime here in Philly. It is 17-3. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers in control here in game number 1 of our NBL Live broadcast. Coming up next, what game do we have? I think we have the Bills taking on the Dolphins coming up next. Steve what's going on? Joe Tominski, what's going on? Good to see everybody hanging out with us. Appreciate you guys checking out the NBL. I'll do it because Bomber had to do it for BTF this morning. If it's your first time here, we appreciate you checking us out. We are a 32-man franchise mode, so these are 2 of our users playing right now. You know, we are a full franchise mode, about 60+ in the community. And this is what we do. NBL Lives are our flagship show. They are broadcasting multiple games tonight, Week 12 action. This is our 5th season here in Madden 20.
6th season, actually. Yeah. 20. And this has been one of the fastest seasons we've had, so it's very tough to keep up right now. We're advancing at a rapid pace, 24-hour advances for the majority of this season. And March 15th, we were just in Week 2. Now, March 26th, we're sitting at Week 12 for the 6th season in Madden 20. That's just a pretty impressive pace we're on.
Yeah, bro, what's going on? I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the love. I'm Nick Pozesko, your NBL Network Director. I'm hanging out with the commissioner of the NBL. It is Bomber. Make sure you hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live. As we're having a lot of broadcasts right now from Building the Franchise, which had a great raid from GMM this morning. But Building the Franchise has been live every couple of days. NBL Live has, well, if we can get the internet to cooperate, we'll be live more.
Yeah, the last NBL Live, we got to be on hold for about 40 minutes with OSU as he was trying to talk to his internet service provider.
Good content right there.
It definitely brought me back to the times in which I was really struggling to stay connected as well. And it made me realize that I didn't want any part of that because you never know when that could be in your near future. You definitely want to have the energy to withstand something like that. It's played by Tampa.
That is the go-to Philadelphia Eagles pass play on 3rd down. Gun bunch verticals.
Yeah, a lot of people run that.
Just don't run a cover 3. Run a cover 4 against it. I figured that out. I was in too many cover 3s, and that little fake fade route from the tight end on the inside of that bunch got open a lot. Right? If you go into nickel 3-3-5 and run a cover 4 drop, guards it pretty well.
Or just run man. Nothing gets open there. You got the little tight end on the wheel, and then the outside on the.
Well, the outside will get open sometimes because it's like a switch route.
Yeah, if you got enough yards, cover 2 man, you should be good. But if it's something else out of there, you might be in trouble. Here goes Rojo, the touchdown machine here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're running away with this, literally and figuratively, here on the screen. NBL Live broadcast 333. Can you believe it? Wow.
Big shout out to Project Fat with the Tier 1 gift sub to be Masone. That's 34 gift subs for Fat in the channel. Appreciate it, my man. Football as well in AZ. I got to hang out in house party with Fat today while he was at work with nobody there. Out route. Got possession catch for no reason. Porter, have you been teaching Jamie how to play? Good for you, Ports. Getting in that lab time. Oh, look at Rojo. All right, it's Marlon Mack with the carry. Man, they really have this 1-2 punch. Mack's sort of the smaller back. And Bomber, it's interesting as we've sort of gotten to know this game and played a lot. I'm actually kind of annoyed I have Zeke Elliott because these smaller backs just find a way to sort of find the gaps in the defense and pick up some extra yards.
Yeah, they do, and right now you're just seeing it on display here. Ronald Jones, you don't usually see him getting tackled for loss. He's so elusive, so quick, but he has been pretty much a red zone nightmare for his opponents in the last couple seasons. If he can just stay healthy, I've said it before, this sky's the limit for opening up this offense into the playoffs, especially with the Atlanta Falcons not going to be in the playoffs this season. They're already pretty much mathematically eliminated. This really opens the door for somebody to step up and try to knock off these Carolina Panthers.
What a fall for the Falcons. Sitting at 4-6 right now in week 12. Fall from grace. Carson Wentz, by the way, coming into this game was 3rd in the league in passing yards.
Yeah, I noticed Bleacher Report. You can follow us on Twitter at Bomber League at NBL Network. But I noticed on Bleacher Report they have really been talking about the surprising play of Carson Wentz. A little bit of sunshine in a whole lot of gloom and doom rain right now, which is the Philadelphia Eagles. But Carson's having one of his better seasons, and I guess you can contribute it to the play of Eddie Valentine at wide receiver along with Zach Ertz. Ertz still 56 catches coming into this game, 750-plus yards and 7 touchdowns, leading his team respectively in all 3 categories.
All right, just box him out like a center over the middle. That's a touchdown for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm safe to say this ball game's over.
Hey, that's just bad positioning. You gotta stay on the line of the ball. You have to be in between the ball and the receiver. And right there, he finds himself outside leverage. And O.J. Howard's on a little bit of a seam, and he just kind of just turns his shoulder inside and creates a nice big target for Andrew Luck. And he's going to rocket it in there, get a nice little possession catch there, and just big body, 24-3. And Philly scores on their first drive. And that might be all she wrote, folks. I don't know if Philly gets on the board again.
We got our next game kicking off momentarily. Features one of the surprise teams in the NBL. I want to talk about pleasant surprises. How about the New York Giants? They're taking on the Washington Redskins. Miller Thriller's first time on NBL Live. It may not be pretty. Project Fat saying, I want an X Factor QB. Joshy Sword. Nick, you can drop PS4 codes. I am. Drop them in about a half hour. But right around the 9 o'clock. We'll be on for a while. So, yep, I'll drop PS4 codes in the next half hour or so. 24-3 the score. Tampa Bay on top. 3 wide receivers out there for Carson Wentz under center as he drops back to pass on 2nd down. Looking over the middle. Has a man. That is complete. Hey, boy, Bomber. Carson Wentz looks like a top 5 QB when he gets 6 seconds in the pocket.
Yeah, he really does trust that offensive line. You notice he just stands tall in the pocket, and Wentz doesn't wince at all. He just stands directly in the center of the pocket, makes a nice throw there, steps into it. But, yeah, that is a ridiculous amount of time. You got to wonder why Wentz's internal clock didn't go off. That was a terrible read there on the left side over the middle of the field. Another one of those passes that could have been intercepted, luckily broken up by Whiteside there, able to get a hand on it. Wentz has thrown a lot of suspect passes for being, hey, I guess he's top what? You said he's top 5 in yards?
3. Usually had the 3rd most yards in the league coming into this game. Chuck it up! And we're going the other way. Hey, so you
and there's Justin Reed.
Former
Houston Texan. Traded in a big-time trade a couple seasons ago. I think NBL season 43 for Mike Evans and some picks. And Justin Reed has been just as they've expected. El Capitan on the defensive side of the ball, but he's been one of the better free safeties in the NBL, making his presence known on a very talented, maybe arguably the most talented defense in the NBL, at least on paper, that being the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Switching over to our second game of the evening. It is an NFC East matchup between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. 3rd and 14 upcoming for the Giants. Yeah, Dunsey, we only had three Xbox codes. Sorry, bud. Make sure we had 3. Yep, we only had 3. Currently in the NFC East, New York Giants at the top of the division right now. It's 7-3. The Washington Redskins, same place the Philadelphia Eagles were. 2-8 on the year. New ownership, though, in Washington. As Norman Finnegan dropping back, he's got all the time in the world, which is a rarity against this defense. Montez Sweat finally gets there. They're not going to call that a sack. He's going to get 0 yards on the carry. Washington is going to be getting the ball back. For the first time we can see Miller Thriller's offense. Oh, my God. I forgot that he has that ability. I would be so annoyed with that. I know you think it's a great ability, but bite me.
What was it? I was looking away from the screen.
The slow kick meter for Johnny Hecker. It takes forever.
Yeah, I don't even like playing squads because of that. It gets me in a, it puts me in a weird situation where I get into an NBL game and I'm feeling a little, everything seems to be moving a little quick as opposed to that slow.
Oh, Devontae Freeman up the middle. Not the best juke move I've ever seen, but picking up 13 yards. So, yeah, Bomber, new ownership in Washington. Miller Thriller taking over the Washington Redskins a couple weeks ago. And he gets a pretty nice team to take over. A lot of young
this is a team with a lot of speed. Montez Sweat, obviously. Devontae Freeman, obviously an aging halfback here, but he still has the jukebox, has the abilities. And Dwayne Haskins, superstar quarterback here for the Washington Redskins. He had a phenomenal season last season when they won the division, but the Washington Redskins sitting at 2-8, kind of in the same boat as Philly, but maybe they've played a little bit better throughout the season. They haven't been, as much as just a rollover team. They have competed in a few of their games, but Haskins being an X factor, 27 years old, definitely a bright spot for this team. Not a bad quarterback takeover.
David,
oh, that's a dizzy.
Give me that. When you got a guy like David Njoku. I'm still surprised that this team traded away Terry McLaurin, though. That still surprises me. Little single back bunch action. How about a toss play to Devontae Freeman? Trying to get outside. We'll get outside. Bummer, I can already see why Miller Thriller may struggle here in the NBL.
Yeah, just a little bit of tunnel vision. Not the greatest runner. I thought the run with Devontae Freeman a couple plays back should have been bigger. It should have been a lot more to gain. He just got caught up on his own offensive line. A little indecisive there from Miller Thriller, who just got called up from the NBL Development League, the Grit.
Test the user. It's picked off. Why? Just why? I was going to go. The biggest reason is we saw 6 plays there from Miller Thriller. It was a run on first down every play. It was a pass on second down every play. Brad in the chat saying Nwosu and Lorenzo Carter, the most dominant pass rushing duo in the NBL at 19 and 15 sacks, respectively. Comes that bubble gum offense from Under Oath. Bobber, I think Saquon Barkley's going to get a couple touches today. Could be wrong.
Man, right there, Saquon would have just turned the corner. He would have been gone, but right there he anticipates the user taking a hard pursuit angle towards the sideline, but really that was a flat angle by Miller Thriller. That could have cost him big-time run. You don't see many teams come out and just run the Wildcat to start the game, but you're going to see a lot of running here from the New York Giants.
And they're on a little bit of a skid, Bomber. This was a team that was sitting there top of the division at 7-0. They've lost 3 straight, but a good opportunity here to get back on track.
Yeah, they were really hot. They were undefeated in the NBL for a while. I mean, we weren't putting them up with the names of franchise teams that have won the Super Bowl, like the Carolina Panthers, who are undefeated, the New England Patriots still undefeated at 11-0. But it was impressive to see the New York Giants sitting at 7-0, and right now 7-3. So this is a must-win, kind of bounce back here. They're not just trying to stay alive for their playoff contention, but the division's on the line here, and there's a lot of pride within the NFC East.
Here's the interesting part. I'm looking over their schedule. I want to see who they beat. They have 7 wins on the year. Only 1 is over a team who is under 500.
You mean over 500?
Under 500. They've beaten the 5-5 Ravens, the 7-4 Rams. Well, 2, sorry. They beat the Redskins back in week 4, the 5-5 Bears, the 6-4 Bucks, and the 5-5 Browns. They have some good wins. I mean, it's a lot of those middle teams. Like, it's not like they've been beaten up on bad teams. They've been beaten up on teams that have, are sitting at that 500 and about. There's probably not a marquee win.
And that's a tough division. I mean, when the NFC East is taking on the AFC North, the AFC North has been 4 deep, 3 deep, really, 4 deep this season. That's arguably one of the deepest, toughest divisions in the NBL. And for the New York Giants to go there and kind of run the table, run the gauntlet on the AFC North, that is actually pretty impressive. I've been sleeping on the New York Giants. I can't lie.
Angle route. There it is.
That could have been a fumble.
Lock up Barkley. That's got to be the number one plan when you play the New York Giants. Is don't let Saquon Barkley beat you. Now, they do have some tough games coming up. They got 2 nice games here against the 2-8 Redskins. They play the Eagles at 2-8, and then they play the Saints at 2-9, but they finish Cowboys, Panthers, Bengals to finish the year. It's a tough final 3 games. We've reached the end of one. It's still scoreless here in our second game. Linus, how's it going, Nick? Hope you and the family staying healthy and safe. We are surviving. Wife had the flu earlier this week. Still dealing with it a little bit, but we're surviving. 1st and 10. Handoff. Barkley, left side. We're going to get a holding penalty, and that's huge for the Washington Redskins to just back them up by 10. During this 3-game losing streak, Barkley has fumbled 4 times and have lost 3. Fun fact, didn't fumble once against me. So it was really 4 times in 2 games. Didn't get a single fumble from Saquon Barkley, and I laid some hits on it. 5:52 and counting in the first half. Shotgun formation for Norman Finnegan, the young quarterback at the helm of the New York Giants. Dropping back, waiting, throwing this one away.
Yeah, just nowhere really to go there. And that goes back to the New York Giants being this ground and pound team. Offensively, they're 11th on the ground with Saquon Barkley, 31st passing. And right there, you're going to see a lot of that from Norman Finnegan, the former Jacksonville Jaguar first-round pick.
Right side. Oh,
not a bad pass.
Not a bad pass. I don't know if that was a good defensive play. Did he go for the pick while behind him? Yes, he did. Don't forget, just a shameless self-plug. Make sure you join me tomorrow night for Friday Night Football. 7:45 Eastern time, we get to interview Denzel Ward, current Cleveland Brown, former Buckeye, one of my favorite players of all time. He's going to be joining us on Friday Night Football. That's tomorrow, 7:45 Eastern. Twitch.tv/MudheadTV. He is up. It is good. First points in this game. 3-0 New York Giants on top. Brad, I don't think he knows Playmaker exists. I mean, this team just doesn't look, no team looks great. There are some in the NBL, but like in general, you don't want to be in those 2nd and 3rd and long. But especially the New York Giants. It seems like they get into those 2nd and 3rd and longs and just are completely outmatched.
Yeah, I mean, you're just talking about a team that's just a running heavy Saquon Barkley-led New York Giants team. Even with this Washington Redskins team, both of these teams are not going to be good when the down and distance becomes greater than really 8 on 3rd down. That's when they're really going to struggle to move the chains. They got to keep big gains happening on 1st down. Just like that, Devontae Freeman right on cue. He's going to pick up 9, 2nd and 1 here for the Washington Redskins.
I'd love to see Devontae Freeman make that guy miss, though. Like, that guy just stood back and said, run into me. And Miller threw and went, okay. Juke move, but still picks up 9 on 1st down. 2nd and short. Pistol bunch action. And once again, Bomber, it's just predictable from the Washington Redskins. 2nd and short, we're going to run the ball. And we're going to do a slow developing pistol formation run.
Yeah, on the 9-yard gain on 1st down, you look at Devontae Freeman and his ability with the jukebox. 9 yards was a given. You had the 9 yards. Now you got the ability to make a man miss. You got to be a little bit better than that if you're Devontae Freeman. He's going to pick up the 1st down there. Nice job keeping his feet.
Tackle?
Yeah.
This big hit in the middle. He goes, nope. Still going.
Yeah, it's no easy task to shed off Lorenzo Carter, number 59, coming in there, shooting the gap, able to keep his feet churning, and a fight forward for the 1st down. And that's 3 plays, 3 runs there for the Washington Redskins. Not surprising. Let's see if Haskins can get it done here.
Pressure off the edge. Oh, right over the head of the defender. You click on, maybe you can get a pick there, but no click, and the defender just watches it go over his head. Fairly fortunate first down there for Miller throwing the Washington Redskins. They're now at the 45-yard line. That was Jennings with the catch. 3 wide receivers to the left side, 1 to the right side. The tight end, Njoku, on the right side of that formation as well. Devontae Freeman. Play action pass for Dwayne Haskins. Dropping. Dude, you gotta throw the ball at some point because Nwosu says, give me that 15-yard sack.
Yeah, dropping back. That is just a bad drop back for Haskins. He's got to recognize where he's at, get outside the pocket, throw it away. 2nd and 25. This is too much of a hill to climb for this Washington Redskins offense because not only do they struggle with these type of down and distances, they just don't have the talent at the wide receiver position. Expect this to go to David Njoku here. Maybe throw it up, give him an opportunity to make a play.
Haskins dropping back. Oh, he's looking for Dobbs on the right side, who has a
nice
step,
play,
and he's got some room. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Redskins. That looked like a little switch route on the right side, and Dobbs says, see you later. First touchdown on the board, first time Miller Thriller scores on NBL Live.
Now you look at Clinton Dobbs leading this Washington Redskins team. He came into this game 30 catches, 614 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the little switch wheel route on the outside, you heard of the term, if we're even, I'm leaving, and right there it proved to be absolutely true as nice little wheel route down the right sideline. Dwayne Haskins puts it on a dime, and the Giants find themselves down 7-3 here against the team. Like we said, the Washington Redskins sitting at 2-8. This cannot be a game in which the New York Giants don't come away with this victory.
Are you surprised that the Washington Redskins traded a guy like Terry McLaurin, who was such a staple in that wide receiving core?
Yeah, there's a lot of talented players that the Redskins moved on from. I thought when the Redskins made it to the playoffs, they shouldn't have traded anybody. They got rid of Benardrick McKinney, a lot of heart and soul to this defense. And that should have been a lot more too, right? They had a little bit more patient running, a little too much turbo.
It's such a bad run defense because there's too many guys just right there in the box. Get to the second level, it should be gone. Big shout out to HK Legacy with the 3 months. Been following for a fat minute. Love the drops, love the games. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Big hit on Barkley on the outside. We'll get to the 2-minute warning. This Washington defense, though, it's still got a lot of the pieces together. Bomber still got Montez Sweat. Still got Matt Ioannidis, I think, is still there. I mean, this defense still has the pieces, but they definitely traded a lot of those players that got them to the playoffs a couple years in a row.
Yeah, no real loyalty in Washington. Montez Sweat has been the only one that's kind of been off limits. I guess Dwayne Haskins is as well with the superstar X Factor. But you just haven't seen them try to run it back. When you get to the playoffs and you have a nice convincing victory over the Atlanta Falcons, remember in that wild card round, they came away with a big-time victory with that team in NBL Season 43. They came into NBL Season 44 and just absolutely blew it up in the offseason, and it just really didn't make any sense to me. And, NBL Season 45. It just didn't make any sense to me.
Coming back, looks over the middle. He throws it to Barkley, well covered. And they're going to be forced to punt this one away. Miller Thriller with the timeout. So far, Bomber, in this first half, really nice defense from Washington, containing Saquon Barkley and not letting the Giants break away some big stuff. The question is, can the Washington Redskins put more points on the board? They've gotten 1 touchdown, but it was a fortunate man coverage little switch route touchdown.
Yeah, just really one play. I mean, you look at the Washington Redskins offense, and you can probably say that's a nice job letting that ball bounce by the bunt returner. That's just a heads-up, high IQ play. But you look at the Redskins, let's really talk about some positive plays they've had offensively. I can think of really one, and it was the touchdown on the little wheel route on the right side. Outside of that, the Redskins haven't done much. You had a 9-yard run from Devontae Freeman, maybe a couple runs here and there, but Haskins hasn't really been too successful throwing the ball in the air, but he does have a touchdown here, and they do have the lead.
Pressure right up the middle. Oh, it's a little screen pass to Freeman, but Jones makes the tackle. Devontae Freeman has to make that guy miss. When you run the screen pass, there's only one guy out there. Somebody's either got to block him or you got to make him miss.
Yeah, you didn't really have any blockers lined up. Maybe it was a little one of those screenplays that get a little cute, try to really convince the defense it's not a screenplay, and then they just whip it out, and hopefully the left tackle can get out in front of him.
Haskins on 2nd and 15, right up the seam. He's got Njoku with a catch to the 30-yard line. Timeout taken, only 1 remaining for the Washington Redskins. David Njoku has been his favorite target so far.
Hey, you look at those 2 catches for 40 yards, and both of those catches have been really impressive so far for David Njoku, but he's pretty much been the engine of this offense. Now, let's see if Dwayne Haskins here, 1 timeout, 45 seconds. Let's see if he can put some points up on the board. Even just a field goal to go up a touchdown would be huge headed into this second half.
Oh, that quick out route was open. Oh, he's looking for the corner route. He's got Jennings over the top. He's got a first down and more.
And he stepped out.
And he does step out of bounds. I'm like, man, it was a mistake if he didn't get out of bounds there. But nice throw there, nice read, and Dwayne Haskins looking good early. He's up to a 91 overall, by the way. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, superstar X Factor as well. I mean, he just really benefited from a strong NBL season 44 performance, Been kind of riding the wave. That was Gary Jennings with the catch out of West Virginia. 6'1", 216, 79 overall, 93 speed.
Almost called him Greg Jennings. Haskins, quick throw over the middle. Tight coverage. Ooh.
He's going to be on his back. You know, when you see your quarterback kind of sitting duck in the pocket and he releases the ball, he ends up on his back. You're just hoping that he's not trying to just squeeze the ball into coverage. And right there, that's exactly what Haskins was doing. They're almost in field goal range here. Got to calm down, relax. I'd like to even see a run from Devontae Freeman, but they come out in the Freddie Kitchens empty backfield.
Ooh, challenges the user, and he finds a Njoku. Drop it in the bucket. What a touch pass from Dwayne the Pain Haskins.
Yeah, puts a little air on top of it, and 98 unable. And look at 98. I mean, this is a big boy running downfield, trying to make that kind of play on David Njoku. It's just not going to happen. Dwayne Haskins puts a little bit of air underneath it, puts it away from the defender. That's just a nice throw.
That's that bubble screen.
That's dangerous.
And he has to use his last time out. Fat says I would have thrown a bullet and got intercepted. We know. Brad and Fat have been going at it in chat so far. Some real animosity. Second and goal. I'm feeling this is a toss. I don't know why.
If it is, you better get down to spike this ball. I don't think you're going to get another playoff.
That'd be a spot route? Yep, there's a little spot. Back of the end zone, throws it into triple coverage, and it's picked off. How did I just had a feeling that was coming, because once you have no timeouts, you go, well, I got to throw it now. And listen, it's been there have been some good reads, and there have been a lot of, once that pressure starts getting there, the panic lights come on. Here comes the Wildcat. You know Barkley's going to be taking this one. Might be a touchdown. I don't like how this defense is set up. Oh, if he didn't run into his own guy. Boy, if he doesn't run into his own guy, he might still be running.
And Saquon has had a couple runs like that where if he just makes a patient cut, or he's just a little bit more patient and lets the run and the blocking develop ahead of him just a little bit, he's to the house. I've seen that 2 or 3 times. Right now, 15 seconds left, 2 timeouts. And they're going to get aggressive in the air. This is where the New York Giants can get into trouble.
I look for that fade to McKenzie, it looks like. Nope, they go right down the seam. Oh, good play by the safety. Just get over there. That's a cover 3. That safety was playing pretty shallow on that cover 3 lock, but a good defense. 11 seconds, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, the cover 3 lock is always suspect defense to get beat by a seam. You have to be really aware of that, but the safety does a great job crashing down, able to get some contact on the New York Giants receiver.
Finnegan on the left side, a little curl route. 6 seconds, timeout taken by New York.
Now this one, I expect another Wildcat run here from Saquon Barkley. You saw one to start off the game.
They might be out of those, though. They run the counter and the power.
Oh, you already ran 2? Okay.
Yup. First down and 10. Finnegan dropping back on first down. Pressure up the middle. There's that Washington defense we've been looking for. They gave him the timeout, but there's no time on the clock, so we'll just go to the next half. The game might be broken. I'm not going to lie. That's one of those split-second things, so that might freeze the game. Come on, play call screen.
Ooh. Actually, I was going to say, I didn't want to say anything while it was going on. I think I actually had a game freeze because of that. No, mine was because I accepted a penalty, and the half couldn't end on a penalty.
So the game was just like...
Yeah, so the game just, nothing ever popped back up, yeah.
7-3 the score. Hey, I got a feeling we're going to see Devontae Freeman take the carry on first down. Is he really? Big time 2-3-6. Why not? Single back ace slot formation. Dwayne Haskins under center. Freeman in the backfield. And it's the halfback misdirection to Devontae Freeman. A fight through tackle. Devontae Freeman goes, I still got something left in the tank.
Yeah, they always tell halfbacks, keep your feet moving, keep your feet churning, because you just never know if you're going to be able to continue this play. And right there, he just continues to lean on the defensive player. And because they're in the dime 2-3-6, you're getting a lot of good matchups for Devontae Freeman to kind of run over some of these secondary players.
Set up twin tight ends. Obviously, you're probably running a stretch that way and get predictable. And this New York Giants defense can take advantage. Brad, just because you said that, we're not. And thanks for jinxing me. Thanks, Cougs. Appreciate it, man. I have no more excuses if I've been out of town and couldn't play my games. I'm stuck at home. 3rd and 7. 3 wide set for Dwayne Haskins. Devontae Freeman on the left tip. David Njoku right side of the line. 5 minutes and counting in the 3rd quarter. 7-3 the score. Here comes Dwayne Haskins dropping back. Quick throw over the middle. Jennings makes the catch. Breaking too many tackles. I think they're going to give it to him. 36-yard line. That's a first down. How about Greg? Or how about... Sorry, I keep wanting to call him Greg Jennings. The different guy. But
he's making the same kind of spectacular catches. I don't think Greg went over the middle of the field as much as Gary's been asked to do it today. But NBL Live Broadcast 233, this seems to be the game of the night. Back and forth battle.
Run play. And out Freeman right side. Apparently Underoath was the only one who didn't know it was coming. Gave him a little shimmy shake. Devontae Freeman to the 25-yard line. Big run right down Broad Street from the former Atlanta Falcon.
The New York Giants user in the 39 with the safety. He's kind of anticipating some kind of jukebox even to the outside. And Miller Thriller just says, hey, I'm going to stay on course here and just kind of slide right by you here. The New York Giants 13th against the rush, 14th against the pass. Not showing it out today.
Philip Lindsay's got to make a move there. You gotta make some sort of move. How about sometimes, Bomber, I love to say that sometimes the best move you can put on a defender is not putting any move on the defender, especially against those hit stick happy NBL users.
Or users that are really aggressively looking to pursue you with the anticipation that you're going to jukebox back in the same direction or spin right back to him. That's just a nice job there by Miller Thriller. And once again, if he would have kicked that field goal at the end of the half, he'd be in a lot better spot right now. He might throw another pick here.
What are you doing? You are so bad. Like, come on. That was double coverage, man. It was never, everybody was over the top. I mean, and again, you get into one of the biggest problems you see from some of the less successful owners in the NBL is red zone play is hard and red zone turnovers will kill you. And so far, Washington's turned the ball over 3 times. The only points New York has is on a Dwayne Haskins. Was it? Did he throw
the only points the Giants have, the Redskins have, excuse me.
Well, the Redskins threw a touchdown. The Giants, it was off a turnover, wasn't it?
I can't remember the field goal.
It might have been the first drive of the game. No, it was the second drive. Because it was 0-0 going after the first half. It's off a turnover. Yeah. Brad saying verticals, 4 verticals, Atlanta verticals. Yep, it's all verticals for the Miller Thriller. 2nd and 11, 4-man rush from Washington. It's going to be that just sit route. Did he go for the truck there? Did I see a truck move? Let's see this one more time. Yup, he absolutely did.
I thought he was going to stand right up and take that hit stick. Here we go, some crossers here. Morrison on a cross and McKenzie on a shallow cross. Really a drag and a shallow cross here.
And there's the drag, and there it is. McKenzie with the catch, and it's first down for the New York Giants.
Yeah, they had him backed up to the 2 there. The Redskins were hoping their defense could come away with something, some kind of spark, but the Redskins, who only averaged 17 points per game, have now left at least 6 points on the board in scoring range. It can't do that. That would have put them at 13, right on pace to hit their cue.
Finnegan waiting, pressure up the middle. He finds McKenzie over the middle, and Lewis just ate it. I don't know what happened there. See this? There's the break.
Oh, he just got broke off.
Did he go for a possession catch interception there?
He was just lost. Well, look at it when he breaks. Look how much separation. McKenzie was able to get on the DB there. Redskins corner's going to see that on ESPN.
Right down the seam. Not the best click on we've ever seen, and the New York Giants in business at the 36-yard line. Norman Finnegan, the former Jaguar, showing out.
One of the top picks in the NBL Season 42 rookie draft, Paris Campbell, able to come away with a nice catch there. He's been kind of bounced around. He started with the Indianapolis Colts, found his way to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs got Odell Beckham and said, hey, Campbell's kind of expendable here. And they ship him to the New York Giants, where he's leading this team, 23 catches, 423, 2 touchdowns. But this is a really run-dominant offense.
Jamie, stop it. Minute 5 to go in the third quarter. We got 2 more games coming up tonight. We got those PS4 codes. I'll put those on the screen once we get into our next game, and we're not in some crunch time right now. Quick slant. Oh, what user on the? I think he might have been looking for the little seam route. That's just X slant. He hot routed the tight end to run right up the field. It was good user defense, just staying behind him. Norman Finnegan takes a sack. Now 3rd and 13. This is where the New York Giants have not been very good.
Let's go now. 60 or 56.
3rd and 13.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Ooh. Oh, Lord. Look for that angle route on 3rd down. Comes over the middle. Oh, he went to the corner route to Morrison.
You got to protect the sticks there if you're the Washington Redskins. Right there, that's just a nice little flood concept on the left side. You got to post, the corner, and a flat. That is a multiple read, easy read for this New York Giants team, and Finnegan does a nice job driving that ball home.
Hand out to Barkley. He's got some room on the left side, but good close down. Man, this Washington defense, put your fours up in the chat. We're going to head to the 4th quarter. Their run defense against Saquon Barkley, doesn't matter if it's been a power formation, if it's been a spread formation, if it's been wildcat, they've really bottled them up.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you can shut him down, you're going to get the New York Giants to they're a one-dimensional team, and you're shutting down that one dimension. They're going to struggle to put points on the board. Their offense is somehow averaging 21 points per game, but as you see with a struggling Saquon Barkley, they've struggled to even put up 3. This is only the 2nd time they've been in scoring range all game.
3rd down and 7. Big opportunity here for Washington to get off the field. Bomber, if I'm the Washington Redskins playing defense right now, I am hardcore protecting those sticks with the cover 2. And go and beat me some other way. Protect those sticks. 3 wide set for Norman Finnegan. He drops back on 3rd down. Looks right over the middle. Sticks were not protected. Ends the 1st down. He just ran that in route right past the line to gain, and Washington went, we're comfortable with that.
Still got to hold to 3. Still an opportunity here. Watch Campbell here. This might be a layup.
Nice jam. Oh, great user jam with Moreland, and Nelson will get the sack on Finnegan. How about the user defense there? He said, I know you're running some sort of inside route. No, thank you, sir.
Yeah, that was a little double slant. I thought it was an RPO originally, but the user was on the slot on the left side. He took it away either way.
Angle.
Nice job by Miller. Thriller.
Your angle route. Nope, he goes to the corner route. McKenzie.
Wow.
They're going to give him the touchdown? Hey, they know that you have to be in the end zone to get a touchdown, right?
Hey, that's a little home cooking. Look what the end zone says. It doesn't say Redskins. It says Giants. They're going to give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt here. Is the New York Giants been down all game. The Redskins been in field goal territory twice since scoring their touchdown. Came away with 0. 2 turnovers inside the red zone for the Washington Redskins has been the difference in this game. Does Washington have anything left? Maybe a big time play to get into the end zone here?
We've seen how Washington's played under pressure inside the red zone. They've thrown 2 picks. Nope, I turnover incoming. Get the turnover clock going. Next game coming up, we got the Bills taking on the Dolphins. Oh, AFC matchups. Dwayne Haskins going to take a sack. Drop him back. I'm hoping my 22-second route gets open. La, 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 la. Look at him just sit back there. Just sitting and waiting.
Yeah, you got to step up there. You just get a nice soft coverage rush there. You got an opportunity to step up and make a throw or even take off and use Haskins' legs. Right now, you're not seeing it.
Right over the middle. It's got him. That's Dobbs. That's a first down and more.
Nice run.
Beautiful, beautiful run there.
Patience
It's been flashed. Look at that. He has one incompletion that was not an interception. Only
Yeah,
four
it's because he's good when he's good and he's bad when he's bad, and those bads have turned into turnovers. But there has been also a couple suspect throws that he's had receivers able to make some catches that. Nice run here by Devontae Freeman.
Did you see
that stiff arm?
I'm pretty sure New York was either in a drop coverage or they guessed pass because every linebacker dropped back at least 5 yards. And Devontae Freeman goes, all right, thank you.
Yeah, I like the mix of play calling here for the Redskins. I'm kind of interested how this game's going to finish here. Week 12 action, NBL live broadcast, 3:33, but you got to run away from 59. Lorenzo Carter's starting to heat up. He's got a sack on this drive, and now maybe not a tackle for loss, but a tackle for no gain. He's just shedding all types of blocks right now.
There is no fullback in the game that's going to block Lorenzo Carter. 2nd and 10 for Haskins. He's got 3 wide out there to the right side, 1 to the left side. Dwayne dropping back, pressure up the middle. Nice job getting rid of it and just getting what he could. David Njoku will pick up a couple.
Yeah, it picks up 3 there, but it could have been really devastating. As we said, they're not good when the down and distance is really larger than 6 on 3rd downs, but it's manageable here, 3rd and 7. We saw them get away with a, 2nd and 14 earlier in this drive, picking up a first down to Devontae Freeman. Little soft box here.
2:19 and counting. New York's going to take a timeout. Aaron in the chat going, what is Beto wearing? He looks like a linebacker from the 70s. Got that big neck pad?
Yeah, welcome to Under Oath.
Bad time for Under Oath. Streamed him. Buffer. Come on, man. Keep it going. 3rd and 7. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. For Dwayne Haskins in that single back ace. Got Devontae Freeman in the backfield. Lots of adjustments. Might be looking for an out route on the left side. There it is. Boy, that was super soft coverage on the left side. And Boyd says, thank you very much. First down, Washington.
Yeah, it wasn't even to protect the sticks there. Tyler Boyd, he had some good years this Madden cycle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Now finds himself with the Washington Redskins trying to fit in to this offense that's been led by Clinton Dobbs, Gary Jennings, David Njoku. Boyd only 14 catches, 239 coming into this game, 2 touchdowns.
Bomber, has there been a bigger disaster than the NBL Eliminator? I'm just asking.
It literally changes. The kid is just, the rules change every single week. He's just trying to, at this point, eliminate people. And then he made up a rule last week because everybody tied. He just was like, well, I'll just take whoever. And he just made up some tiebreaker that wasn't even part of the thing.
Guess the total number of points. All right. 2nd and 1 for Washington. Boy, imagine if they had those 2 field goals that they threw away with interceptions. Haskins hands it to Freeman. A little predictable there with Devontae Freeman. Clock's running. If I'm New York, chew clock's on right now. I don't want to give this ball back if I kick a field goal. I don't want to give
Washington,
it back. Yeah. Or if I'm Washington, yeah. I don't want to give this ball back to New York and have them have time on the clock. It's a corner blitz coming off the left side. He doesn't have a lot of projection over there. This looks... Oh, he's going to run it with Freeman. Runs right at the blitz. First down and more to the 15-yard line. That is a very Bomber under oath play call, running that ball on 3rd down.
Yeah, but under oath on defense here. So you would think he'd be prepared for somebody playing a similar style to him. But not the case here. We haven't seen a lot of pass coverage. Here goes the pick, right?
Is there a pick coming? Haskins dropping back, waiting, looking, throws it over the middle. Jennings can't make the catch, and he might be dead. I'm not going to lie.
I'll tell you what, they shorten careers in Washington. The receivers go over the middle and back over the middle. David Njoku's probably like, what did I get myself into? Why am I here? He was traded from the Cleveland Browns here to the Washington Redskins and re-signed, and here we go.
One play.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, it's a play action. Haskins throws it into double coverage. Boy, he loves that little, inside wheel route. And it's no good if you don't read it. He just throws it no matter what.
I don't like it at all because it's either got to be naked or you got to come off it. If you find yourself staring at it, you're always more inclined to just try to rip it down the sideline. 3rd and 10. Here we go. They're in field goal range. They can't tie this game. They're playing as almost if they need a touchdown here.
Here's the press coverage. Haskins dropping back, 4-man rush, pressure coming. Nice pickup by Freeman. Looks over the middle. It stops with the catch into the end zone. Oh, what patience from Dwayne Haskins. And the key play on that one was Devontae Freeman picking up Nwosu from the right side. The Washington Redskins take the lead late.
You know, when I initially saw the Devontae Freeman block, I thought that block might cost them the game. I knew what was going to happen was going to be Dwayne Haskins forcing the ball into coverage, which he did. But it ended up paying dividends for him as they regained the lead here, 14-10, 25 seconds left. 2 timeouts. Are the Giants going to drive the ball down the field with 2 timeouts? Or are they going to look to try to run the ball here and maybe catch the Redskins in some kind of drop coverage?
Whose stream do we trust more, by the way? Govs or T-Jax?
Probably T-Jax.
Really?
I don't know.
Here you go. Here's your ball game. 2 timeouts for Norman Finnegan. And the Giants looks underneath for Ingram, and they'll get unnecessary roughness. That's brutal. That is, I mean, again, for all my complaints, it's my least favorite penalty in the game. Because there's no way you control that.
Well, you just got to let them go out of bounds. You can kind of bait people into that when they're looking to hit stick you or make contact.
My only problem is the CPU can hit you all day out of bounds. It's like, no, that's fine. Over the middle. Well, timeout taken, 14 seconds left.
It's going to be a good game, entertaining down to the end. I mean, this was a low-scoring affair. The New York Giants, as we said, started off the season 7-0, NBL season 45, kind of were the Cinderella team in the NBL, and they've lost 3 in a row. The Washington Redskins now find themselves in a situation at 2-8 to kind of play spoiler to the Big Blue here in New York.
You know they're looking for those corner route. Looking for Ingram on that corner route. Finnegan dropping back. Boy, could the Redskins use a play from their defense, and they get there! Oh, Ionitis up the middle. Clock stopped with a timeout. 1 play. 1 throw to the end zone. Can New York make a play to pull out the miracle victory at the end?
All right, I'm calling it right now. The Giants are going to lob it up. Thriller's going to click on. He's going to just DPI him. Yeah. Yep. I got a feeling.
Here we go. 6 seconds left. Finnegan in the shotgun. Barkley. You know, this is just straight up man up 3 deep. Finnegan dropping back. He's throwing it up. Triple coverage. It's batted away. He'll have one more shot.
He did create contact, but I think that was the CPU who locked on. Look at this contact while the ball's in the air on 14.
CPU can mug you, take your wallet, kick you in the nuts, and move on, and they won't get a DPI, but Lord knows I sneeze near them. And it's GG's in the chat.
Well, that's how you get corona, bro.
That's true.
That's probably why.
It's true. It's about social distancing. Finnegan dropping back. One more heave. It's a Hail Mary to the end zone.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's on the ground. I thought it was caught and he was out of bounds. And the Washington Redskins send the New York Giants to their 4th straight loss, and the stream just immediately.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I thought it was just...
salt.
How about the comeback from Miller Thriller? First time on NBL Live, Bomber undefeated.
And in really a unconvincing fashion, was in the red zones twice and was unable to come away with any points. But when he needed to come away with a touchdown, he did. He found himself down 3-0, scored a touchdown to take the lead, then found himself down 10-7, scored a touchdown late in the game to take the lead, and the defense held strong. I'm kind of impressed by Miller Thriller. Maybe he is actually putting the thriller in his gamer tag for a reason.
Okay, I would like to point out, you told me T-Jax. I've been here 3 seconds. It's already buffered 3 times.
Mine has it.
Cool.
Mine's crystal clear.
Nifty. Byron Jones just with a pick.
Yeah, not surprising. Byron Jones has been a pick monster this season for the Miami Dolphins. Kind of give this team a little bit of an identity on the defensive side of the ball. You know this owner likes to bring in players that can man up and can play dominating defense on one side of the field. Even in zone coverage, he can take away a side of the field, and that allows him to base his defense on helping elsewhere. And Byron Jones has just been phenomenal this season. 97 overall, making $16.87 million.
Oh,
my
come
gosh.
on.
Clip it.
Oh,
Clip
come
it.
on. To the 30,
it.
to the 20.
Clip it.
Get out of here. Absolutely disgusting. What a touchdown from Governor the Miami Dolphins. The uniforms are ugly, and that defense was ugly.
And that's Kareem Hunt, more like Kareem. Clip it. And did you notice after the dive from T-Jax created a domino effect of just a
Bowling
car
pins.
crash? Yeah, I got that same animation,
All right,
and
well.
Guff's so hyped he misses the extra point.
Well, 10 out of 10. There are PS4 codes we have. Good luck. Well, don't worry, guys. This game looks like it's over, but we got a great game coming up next at 9:20. Bummer. This one's going to be a barn burner. I'm so excited for this one. Are you pumped for our next game?
What do we got?
We got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New England Patriots. Reezy says it's going to be close, but he also said Eliminator was going to be good.
Believes he. But it is not going to be easy for Reezy. It's going to be lucky if we're halfway through the first and he's not down multiple scores.
Handoff left side. That's Colburn with the carry. Battle in the AFC East. Let's check in with these two teams, see where they are here. Again, this week 12 action here in the Madden Bomber League. And looking at the AFC East, I mean, New England Patriots still 10-0. Dolphins at 5-5. Bills at 4-6. So really no chance at the division. But currently, all these teams outside of the Patriots in the AFC East very much in the discussion for that wild card in the AFC. Currently, the Steelers have the first wild card at 7-3. Second wild card, it's going to be one of these teams at 5-5, 6-5. The New York Jets are 6-5.
I believe the Steelers actually moved in front on the division. The Bengals are 7-4. They're moving into that wild card spot where they're going to likely solidify the
Pittsburgh
5
still has
spot.
to play Cleveland this week.
Oh, they haven't played yet. That's true. Well, 5-5, 5-6, all the way down the line. I probably got the New York Jets coming away with that final wild card spot.
Punchy saying, love those Bills uniforms. Same with Reezy saying he likes the Bills throwbacks. Eric
Is that
Chief
the
says,
Andre Reed, Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas style unis there for the Buffalo Bills?
compared to the awful Miami Dolphins puke mustard cream jerseys. I hate those. Whatever happened to Melvin Shepard?
It was a flash in the pan. Former halfback, former starting halfback for the Buffalo Bills has found his way out of favor with new management in the NBL. I just want to know how many neck rolls Gov has on his team. I think I've counted 2 linebackers.
Dropping back over the middle. Got him. It's a first down to the 41-yard line.
Nice pass there for Josh Allen. You know he's got the strong arm, but what he's kind of brought to his game recently is the ability to sit in the pocket and kind of make those touch pass throws, those easy catchable throws for his wide receiver to bring it in. He's not just gunning it all day like he was at the beginning of the cycle.
Handoff right side. That's Colburn. That's going to be coming back.
Thought you had a face mask at the end of that as well.
Appreciate everybody hanging out with us here on NBL Live Broadcast 333 on the NBL Network. I'm Nick Mazesco, your network director. Hanging out with me, the commissioner of the NBL Bomber. Make sure you tune into Friday Night Football tomorrow night. That's picked off. Good click, good pick. GG's in the chat.
Yeah, you got that video?
What video? The GG's?
Your video. I guess you are the video.
I think it's on a phone somewhere.
I usually play it at kickoff. Just to
It's a good
confuse
one.
everybody.
It's a good one.
Ready? Double tight, guys. Double tight. We got 4.
The worst part is I'm like, I guess. Yeah, Reezy sent me his stream. Which are we gonna watch the massacre that we know is happening, or the massacre that we know will happen? That's the real question.
Well, the over and under has to be on the time.
Oh, sure.
At what point will it become a 3-score game, meaning, are we going to go 17 or 21 points?
It's 3 touchdowns, 21.
So at what point in the game, what are we going to set the over and under that it'll be a 21-point lead for the New England Patriots? The 2-time NBL Super Bowl champion this cycle, New England Patriots. Once with Tom Brady, another one with maybe a quarterback you've heard of before. A little bit of a strong-arm quarterback, superstar X-Factor, Tyree Jackson.
He's okay.
He's average. And if you like him, you probably like N'Keal Harry. Cortez Gresham is the tight end. Cameron Newton doesn't drop anything. And Will Stevens is going to get you 6 to 7 every carry. This is just a well-oiled, super talented New England Patriots team. First in passing yards, 8th in rushing yards, and they're averaging the most points per game in the NBL at 36.
So they're okay, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they're about middle of the road.
They're probably going to fight for a wild card spot. Oh, the Bills' defense does stand up and they're able to get a punt. Linus Cartwright, hey, we appreciate all the work you put into this stream, especially with the way things are now. Literally the only live sports we can get. Thank you to all that work on this and Death Friday Night Football. Linus, appreciate it, man. I hope you tune in tomorrow night, 7:45 Eastern Time. We'll have an interview with Denzel Ward, current Cleveland Brown, former Ohio State Buckeye. Get to talk to him, talk about what he's doing in his off time. He's a big gamer. A lot of these NFL players streaming and playing Madden and playing games, so we'll get to talk to him about what he's doing with his recent off time. So tune in 7:45 tomorrow, twitch.tv/MutheadTV. It's Eric's fault motor for Tyree. Do you learn how to type sentences from Fat? Looking over the top, it's got a man down the field, and inaccurate.
How bad does that hurt? I mean, you're down 20 to 3, a minute left in the first half. You finally get a little bit of time in the pocket. You got Zay Jones with an opportunity to get over top of the defense. He's got 2 to 3 to 4 steps, and Josh Allen, the big, strong arm, number 17, under center for the Buffalo Bills, just really puts a little too much heat on that bomb and just overthrows.
A little too spicy.
Wide open receiver.
Can't have that much heat. Got to tone down the spiciness. They're down in 5 for the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen got 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right side as he drops back to pass on 3rd down. He looks over the middle of the field. Nice throw from that one was on the money. And you think T-Jack's going? He could have made that throw on the touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% T-Jax is a little disappointed. And right now just having to get a little aggressive running the ball, maybe not being as patient as he'd like to be here under a minute in the first half.
Stick with us. We'll be with you till we're saying 10 o'clock, but if both these games end up blowouts, we'll come off a little earlier and we'll go raid somebody. Spread the love. Make sure you're showing love to the Madden streamers right now. A lot of these guys, especially as people are home, as you guys know in the chat, as people are home and don't have jobs to go to and aren't making money, this is a venue where they're trying to make their money. So make sure you hit that sub button. Make sure you support the Madden streaming community and help these guys if you can, for sure. And hope everybody out there is safe and healthy, and hopefully we can get back to regular life. Bomber, at least by the time we go to Vegas, please, because I really want this trip to happen. Please, pretty please, pretty please. Pretty please.
No.
Okay. It's uncalled for. On the right side. Ooh. Ooh. And that's 0s on the clock. Halftime. In the ugliest crowd I've ever seen. Oh my God. It's 20 to 3.
Yeah, Commissioner Corner podcast is going to be tomorrow about midday. Lip went on a little escapade at the lake, and
But he's out of commission. He's out of
he's
Commissioner
not
Corner.
he's not in a healthy place to do a podcast at this current moment in time. So tomorrow about midday, we'll do a Commissioner Corner podcast on youtube.com/Madden Bomber League.
What are we talking about over on Commissioner Corner? Any fun topics?
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of the elite edge rushers in the NBL. We're gonna compare rookie quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Big
Let me
Will
pull up my
Varga.
graphic. Will Varga. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, but it's all we got.
That's uncalled for. I don't know why you're gonna say that.
We're gonna look at Will Varga versus the Cincinnati Bengals' Mick Jones. Little rookie quarterback comparison, and see how these two guys are doing. I think we were all a little surprised when the Florida Gator of the Cincinnati Bengals, the El Capitan, Will Grier, who had such a rise to stardom in the NBL, finds himself 29 years old, and now he's back on the bench after two 4,000-yard passing yard seasons, and right now that's a dangerous pass there by Cub upcoming.
Give me that.
You're talking about 34 touchdowns, NBL season 43, 34 touchdowns, 24 picks. NBL season 44, okay, I'm wrong. NBL season 44, he was 34 touchdowns, 24 picks, 107 QBR. NBL season 45, just last season, 37 touchdowns, 11 picks, 125 QBR, and now he's on the bench for a rookie.
So that's a dangerous throw. Oh, what a catch. All right, sure. Here's the question. Does that make the trade for Will Grier worth it? For those who don't know,
It adds even more.
he gave up a
Shame.
first-round pick that ended up being number 2 overall. By the way, as that's a nice little fullback dive touchdown. By the way, Bomber, what was Will Grier rated when he traded the number 2 overall pick for him?
Somewhere between 67 and 70, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure he was a 69 overall.
69, 68 overall, 69 overall on the trade. He was 86 throw power, 84 short, 82 mid, 79 deep, 25 years old with normal dev. There really wasn't anything special about Will Grier at that time. He did make his presence known, NBL season 44 and 45 last season and the season before. You just got to wonder, is anybody else maybe going to be looking at Will Grier and saying, hey, I'm a little desperate right now. I'm willing to give Will a try, but he definitely isn't going for what you paid for him.
Brad says y'all can't even name the player JB drafted.
Yeah, it was a left guard. I know exactly who it was. It was a left guard that he actually ended up trading away. Who's the guard he traded this offseason?
I don't know.
Something with the B.
Come on, Brad, Bleach Report. Wait, really?
BJ Wagner. There you go. That's the name. Good job, Ric Flair. What, did Ric Flair get him?
No, he's a Jet.
I think he got a first-round pick for him, though. Or a second-round pick for him.
Yeah, but Brad, that argument, that means, would you have taken the same offensive lineman? Like, you can't, like, the argument
Yeah, we would
is-
look at the quarterback selected at that time. Who was selected in that
Let's see,
draft?
what draft was?
Let's see. BJ Wagner's been in the league. This is his, let's see. This is his 4th season, so he's on the final year of his rookie. No, he's got a 3 years extension here. He's got 3 years experience on data leagues. Usually that means he's playing his 4th season.
So that would have been, what, the season 42
NBL season.
draft? Jamie timed out, Brad. 10 out of 10.
No, it'd be 43.
Season 43 draft.
No, you're right. 42. I'm sorry.
By the way, Buffalo's not out of this. They have the ball back and down by 10, and they're at the 45-yard.
Yeah, their defense has really stepped up, and Miami has got a lot really aggressive trying to drive the ball down the field, and they're allowing Buffalo to kind of creep back into this game, and here comes the pressure.
So that would have meant the season 42 draft was the 2020 draft? (2021)
It's the second draft of the cycle.
So we had the 2020, so it would have been 2021.
Yeah. Cover 0, blitz, instant pressure there, interception from Byron Jones, and that's number 2 on the day. Josh Allen just not looking comfortable in the pocket, and when the pressure's coming, they're not doing a good job of decking down and finding some routes in which they can get rid of the ball quickly. A little slant, angle route, in and out. Everything's looking to go deep down the field, and that's just causing some problems here for the Buffalo Bills.
Will Greer outperformed every quarterback besides Sam McCoy and maybe Emmett Dwyer. And now he's sitting on your bench. I think that's the point. Can you imagine it again? Think about this. Instead of trading for Will Greer, can you imagine if he had taken, let's say Emmett Dwyer. Take Emmett Dwyer, put him on that Bengals team, throw for a couple thousand yards, a couple seasons. He's probably a superstar now. Just saying, just throwing it out there. I'm also going to check in on the other game we got. How bad? What do you think the score is of it right now?
14-3.
Did you look?
No, I didn't.
It is 3-0 Jacksonville. With the ball at the end of the first quarter.
Wow, going for an upset here, Reezy. And I've noticed Reezy's one of those guys in your division that
I just threw a pick. All right, never mind.
If he ever gets a game or 2 or 3 behind, he starts asking you when you're playing and what's the score in your game. And then once I start telling him the score and then I update him and I update him again, he just leaves the party.
Yeah, he threw a pick immediately after I pointed that out. Looking for B up the
Moss.
sidelines.
Monte Parker making a big-time play into the end zone, 26-10. Pending this extra point, they're going to go up 17 on Buffalo with a quarter and a minute left. Third game of the day. You're looking at the Buffalo Bills, a team that surprisingly has a winning record right now. The Buffalo Bills are sitting at, they're sitting at 4-6. They did have a winning record a couple weeks ago. They dropped a couple games in a row. But the Dolphins at 5-5 trying to get a game above 500. There's just a lot of 500 teams in the AFC right now and the NFC that are just a little surprising this late in the season.
We're checking on this game. This is Jacksonville and New England. Jacksonville up 3-0. New England with the ball on the 17-yard line. Man in motion. Tyree Jackson under center. And it's going to be a handoff to Will Stevens up the middle. He's got a big haul into the 5. Takes a big hit at the 2-yard line. But he will pick up a first down for the New England Patriots. Yeah, E. Joseph haven't really left my house in 2 weeks. Getting a little stir crazy. This is Tyree Jackson. This is going to be Tyree Jackson carry. Strong back to pass. Got the sit route over the middle. Touchdown. And just like we expected, the New England Patriots take the lead.
You see the New England Patriots, just like in real life, utilizing everybody on the field. That time, Al is going to get the touchdown, just sitting down, coming from the backfield, finding a soft spot in the zone, and able to work his way into just a easy pitch and catch. I mean, that's just pretty much broken coverage there. As the fullback's going to get his first touchdown, receiving touchdown of the season.
Final game of the day. We'll be with you until we decide that this game is so bad we can't watch it anymore. But we appreciate you guys checking out the NBL. Hope you got your drops. Hope you enjoyed yourself here. Appreciate Gabby and Agent K over at EA for the drops and for letting us give away some Madden 20 codes. Make sure you continue to support the streaming community, whether they're streaming Madden, MLB, whatever they are. Support your streamers, your favorite guys, because this is their livelihood right now, especially as everything is shut down. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Make sure you hit that follow button so you know each and every time I go live here on the NBL Network. Commissioner Corner podcast coming up tomorrow. It's going to be over on YouTube, youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. Friday Night Football tomorrow night, twitch.tv/MudheadTV. Join us at 7:45 for an interview with Denzel Ward, plus then our $1,000 tournament. And then, I don't know, hopefully some streams over the weekend. 2nd and 9, Smith looking for the out route. That's DJ Chark. He'll pick up 8 yards. Came all the way back to the ball. It's a tough throw to make, Bomber. All the way across the field, hitting an out route.
Yeah, and it's kind of a risky throw, especially against this ball-hawking secondary of the New England Patriots.
Alan, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the kind words. 3rd down and 2. Smith dropping back, looking right side. It's Weeks with the catch. The cover 0 hero from Motor. Calm, cool, and collected from Reezy, delivering a strike to the right side.
Yeah, Reezy's trying to show he can play with the big boys here, but the only problem is the only big boys he ever looked to play with was WCW in 1995 when they had one of the worst slogans of all time, where the big boys play.
Oh, he's got him across the field. That's Weeks again to the 15-yard line. Bomber. This guy for the Jaguars, he's been a nice bright spot for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. Sonny Weeks was a guy that a lot of teams looked at as could have went top 7 wide receiver. He has a lot of size. He's quicker than many people doubted his speed, and he's actually a lot faster. Amari Weeks, excuse me. He's a lot faster than what we thought. 90 speed, 92 excel. Everyone was thinking he's going to be 86, 87.
Woo! Okay, what a click on from Reezy to take a pick away. He intercepted the interceptor, and the Jacksonville Jaguars retake the lead. How about the click on from Reezy? He's going, yo, I'm still in this game, man. Uh-oh. Hamilton on the outside, inside the 50. Nice tackle by Allen, but a big return, just what the Patriots need. A little bit of field position.
Yeah, Reezy makes a nice response to a New England Patriots touchdown. And what does New England do? They just get an insane return on the kick, and now they're down to the 35-yard line. I mean, everything just seems to go in the favor of the New England Patriots when you play them. It's just one of those teams that's just so tough to beat. You almost have to play perfect football.
1st down and 10. Empty backfield for Tyree Jackson. Rolling, waiting, playmakering. That leaves Wilson wide open on the right side. Remember when Jacksonville was called Saxonville? Can't do that anymore.
Yeah, now I don't even know what to call that. That was just, it almost felt like a 7-on-7 flag football game where there's really just no rush anymore. Everyone's just kind of waving the white flag, yeah.
Cam Nugent saying, can't stop Motor, the man's a legend. Hamilton outside. We have a couple to the 18-yard line. Trejo says, nah, Motor always does this, gives you hope, then crushes you in the 3rd quarter. 2-minute warning the 1st half. I don't know what, let me look. Look at what the Jaguars pass rush looks like. Josh Allen is, yes, very good. Jack Lawson, Josh Allen. Those are your 2 ends. Lawson has not a lot. He's definitely a run stopper. He's got 91 block shape, only 78 power move, 60 finesse move. Josh Allen has 97 finesse move. Oh, and he's an X factor. That means he's good. Imagine if Tyree gets escape artist. I will not. First and goal, Will Stevens trying to find some room. Good tackle by Allen, right in the middle. Minute 27 and counting the first half.
I don't think his archetype is improviser or scrambler, so I don't think he's going to get it. All his stuff so far has been passing. He's either got strong arm or the field general one.
Woo.
Oh, that should have been picked.
Woo! Let's go on defense. Come on, make a catch for me. That's the other thing about playing motor is he only makes 1 or 2 mistakes a game, and you got to capitalize on it. Stick with us. We're going to raid somebody after this game as well. Continue to show the love in the streaming community. But a reminder, CC Podcast tomorrow on YouTube. YouTube.com/MaddenBomberLeague. Make sure you head over there. Hit that subscribe button. It's where all of our archived NBL Live games go as well. So you can watch back all the great action here on NBL Live. Third and goal for Motor. Waiting, looking, sitting down. Down goes Tyree Jackson. There's Shaq Lawson. Stepped up in the pocket and Shaq Lawson said, sit on down.
And Tyree has so much time in the pocket right there, and he does such a great job manipulating the pocket. He's moving, he's bouncing left to right, and you see his head on a swivel. I almost was looking at every read he was looking at. He almost took a shot in the back of the end zone, decided against it. But, man, that is just so much time in the pocket. It's so tough to stop the Patriots if you can't get pressure to the quarterback. And right now, even with all things considered, Jacksonville's still only tied with the New England Patriots 10-10 right now. And you probably look at it and think, well, New England probably should be down right now.
Tyree Jackson currently has an astounding quarterback rating of 151.3. Smith on 1st and 10. Pressure up the middle. Dumps it off underneath to Amari Weeks. He'll pick up 8. Smith, 9-11, 131, a touchdown, that one pick. And that was when they had a 3-0 lead. Led to a New England Patriots touchdown. Rick Flair saying it's the best I've seen Reezy. 2nd and 2. Smith dropping back to pass. Don't worry, there's still time. Looking left side. Westbrook. Man, they're making all the contested catches today.
Yeah, a lot of size for the Jacksonville Jaguars wide receivers. Believe it or not, these guys are wiry, and they got a lot of length, and they're strong-armed receivers. D.D. Westbrook, obviously Weeks, we talked about him earlier, being 6'5", but also DJ Shark are able to make those contested catches one-on-one, and Smith is not scared to drive the ball down the field and test that user.
Mid-blitz, you got to throw it. When the double A gap is there, you have to assume it's mid-blitz. You just got to assume that it is.
Yeah.
And then
so where's the check? Where's the slant? Where's the...
You turn that, because the left side, it has a hitch route. It's the running back in the slot on the left side. You got to turn him into a drag or quick out route. And then you have your little quick throw. If it's not mid-blitz and people start dropping back, then you look for that tight end post. You look for the dig route on the right side. But you got to have one route there that you throw quickly. 2nd and 18. Smith dropping back to pass. Rolling right side. Taking a shot. Cross body. Inaccurate. Picked off. There's the Reezy we've come to know and love.
And I'm okay with it. He needs a play like that to... You got to kind of get lucky to put yourself in position to beat this Patriots team. And Jacksonville's going to lay it out because they're saying, hey, if we make a catch here or something crazy happens when we lob it up here, believe that was intended for D.D. Westbrook. It could have. No, it was DJ Shark. Excuse me. You make a play there, you just never know. 16 seconds left, 12-yard line. I'm okay with that turnover. Nice tackle after the interception for the Jags as they're going to continue. They're playing hard right now. And if they continue to play with this high motor, you just never know how much they can hang around if they continue to be scrappy.
Jackson, little angle route to Will Stevens. 9 seconds, he'll take a timeout. So now with that gain to the 36-yard line, Motor has a chance here. Pick up 30 yards, get into field goal range, and take the lead at halftime. Here he comes into the shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers. 1 tight end, that's Cortez Gresham, who's been a real nice piece for this New England Patriots team. He's on the right side of the line. Will Stevens on the left tip of Tyree Jackson. On 1st down, Jackson dropping back. 6 seconds. Looking over the middle of the field. 5 seconds. Finds Cameron Newton. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. What do they have to do? Pick up 30 yards. He's in field goal range. Can take the lead at halftime.
Yeah, bad usering right there. An opportunity to deflect, get their hand on the ball. Should have gone for the swat. If I'm Reezy right there, I'm clicking on and going for the swat right there. He's going for Y. He's clicking Y. He's going for the interception. And that just cost him 3 points.
And just like that, New England will take the lead at halftime, 13-10. Man, Bomber, think about what this game could have looked like if Jacksonville didn't throw 2 picks. I mean, again, the second one was basically an arm punt, but New England's getting the ball to start the second half. This is where I think this game turns to GG's.
Yeah, it was a 2-for-1 special there. New England does a phenomenal job at angle route, and then just one of those throws that only Tyree Jackson can really make in the NBL consistently. Drives a post route to the middle of the field, and he's just able to find who else? One of the best hands in the NBL. I told him he doesn't drop many, and that was Cameron Newton. And it's just a well-oiled machine in New England, and they continue to impress me because they just play within themselves, and they just get it done.
Motor never has big injuries either. Not really. Not that I've seen. Jackson, little corner route to Cortez Gresham to the 49-yard line. 8 of 10, 130 and a touchdown. Continually just efficient from Tyree Jackson.
Now, when you got receivers that are going to give you separation like that on man coverage, it allows you to kind of avoid testing top cornerbacks like Jalen Ramsey. Here we go, I formation. Expect this to be a run here from New England, but don't be surprised if they take a shot down the left side.
Coming back, pressure up the middle. Just able to get that one off. Finds Wilson. Nice juke move to the outside. Inside the 30. Inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Caleb Wilson was the starting tight end for this team. They drafted Cortez Gresham. And Wilson had some good years with New England, but he was okay. He moves to tight end too. Probably a little bit more comfortable in that role. But there just really is no egos here in the New England Patriots in their ball club. They just really have players that are willing to take secondary roles, even after successful seasons.
Man, oh man. Just Madden Twitter is undefeated. 1st and 10. Single back bunch ace formation. Will Stevens out in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the right side. 1 over the left side. The tight end Cortez Gresham on the right side of that formation. Waiting, looking, throws over the middle. That's Cameron Newton. Big hit. Big hit at the 7-yard line, but Newton hangs on.
Yeah, I've been having this feeling over the middle. I felt like the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to get a fumble here. I don't know why. I've been feeling it for probably about middle of the second quarter till now, and I think that was the opportunity, but the ball just doesn't pop out.
Jackson waiting, drag route. That's N'Keal Harry with the catch. Bad time to break a tackle. He's going to lose 4 yards on the play. At that play, you're like, N'Keal, just go down, man. Just go down. No need. But it's the fact that he did that juke move to get out of that tackle. Well, he'll lose 4. That'll teach him not to try to break a tackle.
And you can't take that out of N'Keal Harry. That's just what he does. He stays on his feet, and he's one of the tough wide receivers to bring down. These corners and these safeties really have to game plan on how to gang tackle this guy, especially after the catch, because he's just so big. He's a physical freak on the offensive side of the ball.
Try to throw it up to N'Keal Harry. Good defense from the Jags, and they're going to hold New England to a field goal, so they save the devastating 2-for-1 10-point swing, and they're going to try to hold them to 6 here. This from the right hash mark. 28 yards. Up and good. New England extends the lead to 16-10.
You don't see many drops from the New England Patriots, especially from N'Keal Harry or Cameron Newton. And right there, Nick, that was one of the surprising little high pass. You're able to get some contact on the body, and the ball pops out.
Red zone D for Jags coming through. Agreed. Mr. Nugent, appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. Hope you're having a good night. Hope your social isolation is not too isolating. Oh, Wildcat play for Taylor, and he's got some room inside the 40, inside the 45-yard line. Taylor with the carry. That little power out of the Wildcat, and nice burst of speed. Boy, I remember when Zeke Elliott had that.
Well, you want to see him with it again? Give you a third for him.
No.
I'll show you a throwback Zeke. We'll even put him in our old unis. Make him feel younger.
Smith out of the pistol on 1st and 10. Well, out route was open, but he's going to find Omari Weeks, and Omari Weeks is going to regret that the ball came his way. Sit on down, big fella.
And that's when you have a conversation with your quarterback and you say, hey, man, you see those guys behind me? I'm looking at you. Please don't lead me into that brick wall right there. 2-5, laying the lumber down on Jacksonville. And based upon that kind of hit, you usually think there's some type of flag that's going to come out, because that is just one that definitely turns our head as fans, because it's just so much contact on the receiver.
Hand off to Taylor, left side. He'll pick up 3, set up a 3rd and 7. I never liked those run plays, Bomber, the ones with the automatic motion. Just seems like, especially against a guy like Motor, who's so good at shooting the gap, just goes, hey, man, I'm running it. Probably this way.
Yeah, and it's timed so well by Motor right there. If you're going to do something like that, you better have some reasoning why you're doing that, why you're running that play, because it just really doesn't make too much sense to give that much away to Motor and allow him to shoot that gap and play that run.
For the low pass, said it was accurate. Didn't look too accurate to me. And Bomber, that's a killer. He's going to come up with no points on this drive.
Yeah, quarterback play's been up and down for Luke Smith, and maybe it was accurate, Nick. Maybe the receiver just wasn't where he was supposed to be. You know, you can always play that card as a quarterback, right? You can tell him, get over here. And the receiver's like,
Can somebody
why?
tell me what that was?
I miss it.
It's like a sky punt that then, I don't know. It was just weird. Shout out to Grim Reaper 79 with the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate the love, man. Jackson dropped back on 1st and 10. Lobbing it up. He's got N'Keal Harry. GG's in the chat. This is where a Motor stomps on Reezy's throat and your hopes and dreams are crushed. 2-score lead.
You fall asleep at the wheel and you press up N'Keal Harry in man coverage. Cover 1 man coverage at that. And it's not Jalen Ramsey pressing up on him.
It's a guy named Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, and that is arguably one of the worst decisions you can make here tonight.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Shaq Lawson. If you had that ESPN win predictor right now, it'd be 98% New England.
No, it'd be take your tickets to the front. If you had New England to win, take your tickets to the front. They're cashing them out already. They're probably even paying a spread that hasn't even hit in the game yet. If you had New England minus 17 and a half, take your tickets to the front.
We are accepting all tickets.
Reezy's 100% listening to this. I'm going to have to hear him say, remember that what you said in the third quarter about this? Then I don't know why you said that.
Throw in the middle. That's Oliver with the cat. He'll pick up 3.
That was a little, was your eyes looking downfield?
Yes,
and I was like,
sir.
I thought he got hit as he threw, and maybe a little no-look pass there for Luke Smith.
Smith
finding
doing his Patty
Oliver.
Mahomes. Human Tipper asks, do you guys have a lot of rules broken when it comes to how to control your defense?
No.
Nope. Not at this point.
We have the Grid Development League, so if you join the NBL community, you start in the Development League, and you learn a lot, except how to avoid the user of Motor. We had Motor 21 points, and that's a bad pass.
He threw it right at him. He threw it right at him. Well, actually, Bomber, I was going to keep it close, and you distracted me with that one.
Actually had the slant coming across the field, missed him. 29-10, the New England Patriots up 19, 2 away from the 21 we said was definitely going to happen. I probably would have had it happen a little earlier, but I bet you it happens before the end of the third.
And it's 25 to go in the third quarter. You can see Luke Smith. Bomber, let's remember, it was 10-10 with 50 seconds left in the second quarter. My, how quickly the world changes.
I never believed that 10-10 score anyways. I mean, it's 0-0 when we start the game too. You just don't really believe it though.
Yo, when I play Motor, I take a screenshot when it's 0-0 and I have the ball and I go, technically still in this game.
I feel that way when I watch the Detroit Lions. That's why I always am upset at my wife if I ever miss the first quarter, because that's the opportunity where I can actually really truly believe we can win.
Man, but I mean, again, if you want to talk about a bright spot in this game, I'm so impressed with Omari Weeks and what he's been able to do in one-on-one coverage.
Yeah, he was. That was the draft that the Jacksonville Jaguars had 3 picks inside the top 10, And when Weeks was taken, Reezy said, "Oh, that's who you were going to look to take Bomber." And I honestly was scared about his speed. I didn't think he was going to have much of anything. I thought he was going to be 86 speed. I thought maybe his agility was going to be something about 86, 85, 87.
What did he
But
come out as, 88 speed?
he came out 90 speed, 92 excel, and he did not run the fastest 40, and his agility is 89. So if I'd have known that, yeah, that would have definitely been the guy I wanted to take. Headshot.
Wasted. Boom. If this was the Sniper Elite game, we would have zoomed into his head and watched that ball just hit him right in the skull.
Never even turned it around. And that's where the quarterback can just ding you off the head and say, hey, turn around, man. You're open. Going to be a sack here. I'm calling it.
Out 4th and 10. Safe to say, Bomber, if he doesn't pick this up, this game's over, right? I mean, this game's
No,
probably
it's over now.
All right.
It's over now. Yeah. I mean, if he picks it up, I mean, it's still over. If he doesn't pick it up, it's over. If he picks it up, it's over. If it disconnects, it's over.
If he scores, it's still over.
If he throws a bomb, scores, gets an onside, scores, throws a bomb, gets another onside, scores, throws a bomb, and goes for 2, whatever that number is, still over.
He's got B down the field. Oh, he finds DJ Chark. Picks up a first down at 36-yard line. He had B down the field. Cover 2, the user was on the safety. Safety took about 2 steps inside to that post route, and it left B on the streak pretty open.
He wasn't really willing to take that. Yeah, he wasn't going for the glory there. Jaguars sitting at 4 and 6. Patriots undefeated 11-0. Next week, week 13, they're going to take on the Houston Texans. We're going to try to give them at least 1 L this season. And if we don't win, we were saving it for the playoffs. Didn't want to give away too much.
Oh, Madden Twitter. Anyway, 2nd and 10. Boy, he loves these corner routes. So you can either corner route or angle route. It's a zone. Oh, he's got the corner out left side wide open. Seth throws the Chark, well covered. He'll still make the catch and pick up 4 instead of a 3rd and 6. Yep, we got drops until we're off stream, which will be a couple minutes. 3rd and 6, Luke Smith over the middle. He's going to get a DPI on that one. Just crashed into him, Keon crossing. Pick up a first down. I'm impressed with Bomber. I am impressed with Reezy's fight, because this is a game that could have easily gotten out of hand early. Played some good defense. The other thing is this Patriots defense without Stephon Gilmore just doesn't look quite the same. Even though they're still top 5 in a lot of the yardage categories, it's just not quite as intimidating.
Yeah, because when you look at the turnovers that they do get, a lot of it is on the shoulders of the offense. Either a miscue by the quarterback, wide receiver drops the ball, fumble. So it's not like before where they were just taking.
Throw the out route, man.
And right there, you can have another reason to say.
Another reason.
User error. But it's not like it was. When you saw them have Gilmore on the left side, he was just taking offensive players out of the game, and you're not seeing that anymore, but this still is a very dangerous defense. And 35-10, right where we figured it'd be. Guys, if you have your ticket, you have Patriots as a winner. If you have Patriots minus 40 and a half.
This is a game that the casino wouldn't even offer the money line. Like, I'm going to take the Patriots on the money line. No,
you see it online, and you try to get it on the mobile app, and it just grayed out. You're like, what's going on? I can't do this Patriots game.
That's not going to happen.
I mean, I can take the points with Jags, but
put $10K on the New England Patriots money line. We will not be accepting that bet. That's fair. Stick with us, guys. We're gonna raid DK in just a moment. at the end of this drive. Whenever this drive ends, we'll get out of here. It's probably over anyways, but we'll stay on until about 10 o'clock. Kook's saying we might see a 50 burger. No, it's not Motor's Way. It's too nice. If this was Bomber, Bomber would be just, he'd be hammering for that 50 burger.
Yeah, you got to let him score it on one, right?
Oh, right, because you can't run up the score.
Yeah. Motor gets the 50 burgers in the, I think he played Gov and the score was 40-something to, you remember that game?
Yep.
And he didn't score a touchdown in the second half. All his points were in the first half.
You know, he's not bad at this game. Pressure. Look at Luke Smith run. He was like, oh, God. Oh, boy. I get out of here. Nowhere to go. That horn is really annoying. Look at this. Ah, Jesus. Oh, God. Somebody save me. Blindside.
You know what's bad when you're running a play action and your initial thought, movement for Lee Smith is to turn his head and look the other way. He goes, I just feel that there's somebody coming on this blind side. Yep, I was right.
Yep,
he tries to get out of the way.
Correct on that one. It's like, let me just complete this play action. Oh, no! Appreciate you guys hanging out with us, by the way. Again, head over to Twitter and thank Krello and Gabby for setting up these drops last week and this week. I know it's important for them to try to set something up for everybody who's sitting at home and watching the stream. So we hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got your drops, and hope you'll join us again for more NBL Live action. I guess Reezy's done. Well, let's set up this raid, because there's no need to watch Motor run the ball a bunch. Oh! Alright, I'm going to stick with this 1 second, because I just want to see if Reezy goes just for like the engage 8. All out, he's going into 2-4-5. Double A gap, Nickel Dog Meg is coming.
You know he really thinks about it before he selects these defenses.
Got him in the backfield. There's a safety. Let's go. We're still alive in this one. It's only a 24-point game. 10 out of 10 on that gap shoot.
Hey, when he dropped back, I think confused Motor. Motor probably thought he was in coverage.
That's the Motor move, though. He does that with the linebackers all the time. All right, how many bombs does Reezy chuck up on this drive? Oh, he's got the double move. Oh, he's got 3 deep route. Sack incoming.
This is a sack. Yeah.
Sack incoming. Oh, nope, chucks it up.
Oh, he should have gone RB.
No, Weeks made the catch. Oh, Mari Weeks. Turning into oh my Weeks.
He just ran a post into a man double buzz to the teeth of the defense, and he just rises up and makes this is a star in the making here.
And Luke Smith threw that ball with confidence. He went, I know right where I'm going. Double coverage, baby.
That's it, baby.
Smith drops into the shotgun. How about the game Omari Weeks has had? Also, Luke Smith's thrown 4 interceptions, but pay no attention to that one. Hold, so you might as well chuck it up.
Is that the what were we calling it when we were going to do that blog? Is that the inverted free play or the Reezy's like free play? The opposite of a free play.
Over under on Reezy scoring. Like how many
over under? Yeah, that's not an over and under. Over under has to do with a number.
Pat, did you take over Miller Thriller's account? Did you type that? Empty backfield now for Luke Smith. I was eating. Did I miss anything? No.
We could do over under if he's going to score before the 2 minutes, but I mean, I wouldn't think he's going to score at all.
Oda brought the heat, and well, Reezy hasn't been in the kitchen in a while, and he's punting it. All right, yeah, we're done with this. All right.
Hopefully it's a fake. He's going for one of those safety punts. Not this time.
No, thank you. Let's see. We'll raid 10 o'clock. We'll raid Zan. Let's see what we got going on. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Make sure you Let Zan know that we sent you. Show the NBL love. Show Zan some love. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Remember, Commissioner Corner podcast coming up tomorrow over on youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. Friday Night Football tomorrow night. It's going to be me and Zan with Denzel Ward starting at 7:45 Eastern, twitch.tv/MudheadTV. And hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you are well, and we will see you next time right here on the NBL Network.